This video is brought to you by
Cool Green Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. And if you're in town, pull up on us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you're not in town, go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. And that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. In the beginning of most relationships, when everything is still fresh and new, your feelings might tell you, I found my person and I want this forever. While all that sounds good and new love can be a beautiful thing, unfortunately, most relationships won't end with those same feelings towards each other. As time goes on and y'all really get to know each other, a lot of times people reveal themselves and who they really are. Whether a cheater, liar, manipulator, or a user. And the same person you once looked at with love in your eyes, now it feels like hate. For some, they have no problem saying, hey, I tried this, it's not working out, and it's over. As long as there's no kids involved or y'all not married, that's usually a simple, clean break. I wish you the best, but I'm gone. But in reality, breakups hardly ever play out like that. One person might still have feelings and want to make it work. Others might simply feel like you're not about to leave me over here hurt and move on. So now you got somebody showing you they got stalker behavior. I'm sure we have all been hurt before, and that pain can drive you into coming out of character. But when you look back, you probably think to yourself, that person wasn't even worth it. I was geeking, because time heals all. But when things are fresh, it's a whole nother ball game. If you and your partner break up, whether it's mutual or one person decide they were done, and you pull up on them to talk or see how they doing, and you see they moved on quick to the point it's like you never existed, that can crush a person's soul. Now those lingering feelings turn into rage, and that pride won't let you walk away. Now you are in a position that could go a few different ways, and depending on the person, things can go left. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a case of a man's trip to his ex's house that ended in a fatal encounter with her new boyfriend. Back in the summer of 2022, 37-year-old Eric Wright was navigating life in Baltimore. Like all of us, just trying to figure it out. He had his ups and downs, but was making the best out of the hand he was dealt. One thing though he had that made him happy was what he thought was a solid relationship with his girlfriend, who we'll call Tisha for the sake of the story. She lived in the 1300 block of North Carey Street in the Sandtown area of the city. Eric stayed there from time to time, to the point most of his clothes was at her house, as it seemed the couple's relationship was serious. But somewhere in the mix, it would be trouble in paradise. Like most couples, Eric and Tisha had problems and would often fight. But in his mind, that was his girl, and the ups and downs were normal, and they always made up. But by that summer, things didn't get no better, and the relationship would run its course. As the couple went their separate ways, Eric would often call her phone to see when would be a good time for him to pull up to get his clothes from the house. Tisha told him she would let him know, but little did he know she had moved on quickly and even had started a new relationship with a 36-year-old man named Joseph Jones. Just like Eric was at first, now he would be at the house most of the time with Tisha, and he was making himself at home. On August 10th, 2022, it was a hot summer day in Baltimore when Eric called Tisha and told her, like, yo, I'm coming by to get the rest of my clothes. Thinking the relationship was over and there shouldn't be no problems, she agreed. Eric hopped in his friend's whip and they drove to the house. When he pulled up and knocked on the door, he was surprised to see Joseph in the house. Eric's demeanor quickly changed as Tisha gave him his items. He asked her, like, who is yo? She stated her new boyfriend. As Joseph heard the questioning, he intervened, stating, grab your stuff, yo, and roll out. This made Eric furious. Now, not only did his ex move on super fast, he felt her dude was talking crazy. Eric told the man, since you so tough, step outside, letting Joseph know they can square up and fight. Now with ego and pride on the line, both men went back and forth. Joseph agreed to step outside, and they both walked out the door. He then turned around and went back in the house. When Joseph came back out, seconds later, multiple shots went off. Eric's friend helped him to the car, and they drove off fast to get him some help. On the way to the hospital, his friend spotted a police car. He stopped and told the officer his friend had been shot and he needed some help. They rushed Eric to a local hospital, but unfortunately, he would pass away from his injuries. His homie was able to give police a whole rundown of the situation, that they went to pick up his clothes from his ex-girlfriend's house when Eric and Tisha's new boyfriend got into a confrontation, and the new guy shot him, but he didn't know his name. Police went to Tisha's house and verified the story, and quickly identified her boyfriend as Joseph, who was now on the run. Only a few weeks would go by though, when he was picked up and charged with first-degree hit. While awaiting trial, Joseph's lawyer was trying to let the prosecutor know it wasn't a case of murder, but more like manslaughter, claiming he had no intentions of hurting no one that day, but protecting himself, as he pointed to Eric as the aggressor. After a tense negotiation to avoid trial, the judge agreed to the manslaughter charges. At first, Joseph was offered 18 years, in which he declined. The other offer was 30 years, 15 suspended, and 5 years supervised probation, which he also declined. In the final offer, Joseph agreed to 10 years for voluntary manslaughter, plus 5 years for using a firearm and commission of a violent crime, but no probation upon release. And he was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Rest in peace to Eric. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. It's a tough situation, but that pride and ego get us every time. I'm not sure how long him and his ex was together, but seeing another man at the crib after the breakup definitely made him feel some kind of way. At that point, you can grab your clothes and leave without having no rap or conversation, and it's over. Or let them feelings take over and get into a situation. And unfortunately, that's exactly what he did, and it cost him his life. Joseph, even though he only got 15 years, in my opinion, both men lost. He probably barely even knew Shorty. Now you gotta spend years of your life sitting in a cell, while she out here free as a bird and can be with the next man. I know hurt can cause us to be irrational sometimes, but if you are in this situation, man or woman, just let it go. You can't make nobody want you, and you can't stop them from moving on. But I want to end this one with a question. How long do you think an individual should wait to move on after a breakup? And if they do move on fast, do they owe their ex an explanation? Let me know your feelings about this situation and your answer to the question in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Be sure to tap that like button if you're feeling the content. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.